Hey everybody, Dr. Johnson here, Better Life Family Chiropractic and Wellness. I wanted to go over some of that comes up a bit, and so I've heard this many times, so I just want to kind of explain what is happening here. So oftentimes people will see what we're doing and go, oh, why does everybody get the same adjustment? Well, everybody's not getting the same adjustment. In some ways we are. So my spine is the same as Shamra's, as it is Kristen, as yours. All the joints are shaped specifically in different areas, and for every single person, they're shaped the exact same way. So in some ways, yeah, we're dealing with the same spine. Now we have different issues, things change, and so let's kind of work our way through this to understand this. And so I can be in the same position, but do many different adjustments. So like the pelvis, this is a very simple joint. And so this is one of the most common ones that we see that will get stuck. And so just the sacrum moves back and forth, that's it. We can either go this way or we can go this way. Those are our choices. And so I'm in the same position when I'm setting up. I'm going to look the same to anybody who's doing that. But if we're stuck back this way, I'm going to connect here and push that way. If we're stuck going the other way, I'm going to connect here and push under here. If it's both of them, I'm going to connect in the middle and move it that way. And so from the outside, that looks like we're doing the same thing, but that was actually 3 different adjustments. And then we check each side. Now, personally, I do some of my assessment in those positions. And so I do go through all the things on everybody. When we're in that side posture again, in the low back, so if we look at these joints, they only go one direction. They go this way. They flex and they extend. And so there's no real rotation in there. So again, these can only go 2 ways. Sometimes they do get a little bit of twist, and so sometimes we're pulling to kind of loosen that up in this direction or that one, depending on which side we're on, we're going to move that. But again, I'm in the exact same position whether we're doing that. Now up here, if we look at the upper back joints, all these do is they go back and forth. That's all they have. Now most people, our American culture and our American lifestyle, we tend to be very forward. All of our world is here. So everybody has, almost everybody, not everybody, but the vast majority of people have these flexion issues and they're stuck in flexion. So how are we going to get rid of that? Boom, we have to push it into extension. So each of those, we're pushing through the extension. And that's really, the gist of it. Now sometimes we have some rotational things. And so with that, there's a couple different ways you might see me do this. One, you're not going to see from the outside, but I'll connect crossing the hands here, and some of these I'm pushing this way to change a rotation, and sometimes I'm pushing this way on a rotation. Again, from the outside, that's going to look the same. Also, occasionally we're coming up here, I'll be pushing into it here, that way, pushing that way, or this way. Sometimes it's that, but the vast majority, people are just stuck into this flexion pose there. Okay, neck. Again, my neck joints are shaped like your neck joints, shaped like Shamra's, shaped like Kristen's. They're all shaped the same way. That's why we adjust the way we do, whether it's a 1-day-old baby or a 99-year-old person. Their joints are all the same shape. Now these do 2 things, and we can see, if we look up close, they're at these different angles here. And so each part of the back is angled differently. And so these do both rotation and lateral flexion together. So now when I'm working on a neck, again, from the outside, it's going to look the same, but I'm assessing the whole neck. There's 7 bones in the neck. Some people, the adjustment's down here, some people it's in the middle, some people it's up here. But from the outside, you're not going to be able to see that I'm here, here, or here. And so we're only working on the joints that are stuck. And again, these only do 2 things. They rotate and they flex. Sometimes I'm just going into a lateral motion. So I might just be bending it straight sideways. I might be rotating it. I might be rotating it the opposite direction. So depending on, and so as I'm here, I'm assessing which direction is it stuck in, how is it stuck. Now, a good point that I want everybody to know is that if it's not stuck, there's nothing to do. And so that's a common misconception, is that we're just kind of willy-nilly grabbing and twisting things. We're not. If I check someone and every single joint in here is working at 100%, there's nothing to do other than high five, nice job, we'll check you next time. So we only adjust things that are dysfunctional, and the goal is to get those working as close to 100% as possible. So in a lot of ways, it is going to look the same. And so let's sit up on you. I'm going to have you lay on your side facing me. I'll kind of walk you through this on actual person here. All right. So again, when we talked about the pelvis here, all it does is move this way and that way. So when I'm checking her, I'm assessing, pushing here. Is it stuck that way or is it stuck this way? Now she's stuck on both sides. So we're going to go up the middle. And if I'm here, here, or here, again, to you, it's going to look like the same thing. But with that, we just adjusted both of those. All right, we're going to get you on the other side. And so we want to check both sides. We want to check every joint. Every time you're in here, I'm going to check every single joint in there because we want to get all of those moving. So we check on this side. Now check forward here, check lower, and then we check the middle. She's moving good here. So I'm going to scoop this way under here, and I'm bringing the leg up here. Again, that's one of those things you're not going to see. I brought this leg up here as opposed to if I'm down there, this leg is going to be here. So we bring that way up because we're going to scoop her way under and bring her that direction. Okay? All right, and let's get you on your back here. And so from here, we assess what's moving, what's not moving. So we're moving good here. We leave that alone. We come up a little bit right there. And so we can feel that's in straight extension. Again, this is the most common spot for most people because, again, we tend to hunch that way. So we get that moving there. We come up a little bit. There's one more up here that's stuck. Extension. We get that moving again. Okay? All right, neck. So again, neck's not very big. I can only do this from one place. I do it sitting sometimes. And so we go through, feel what's moving, what's not. So go down here, lower neck, that's moving great. That's moving great. We're going to leave that alone. So I'm going to attach right here. So we assess, does it need to go this way? Nope, we're moving good that way. Does it go that way? No. So now we know we need to bring her that way in that part of the neck, and it's just this one segment here. Over here we go, test. We're moving great. There, we're moving stuck right here. We assess which way does it need to go. Are we moving that way? We're moving great that way. So we bring that one segment that direction. So again, even though it looks the same on everybody, all of our joints are the same. So in some ways it is very similar, but everybody's getting a very specific and unique adjustment. And so I love this question. I love answering that. So when you have questions, things like this that may not add up to you, go ahead and ask me. And so all of this should make sense to you and understand. So, if you have more things you'd like me to do videos on, leave a comment in there, and we'll be more than happy to go over that for you.